What's going on, everyone? Captain Pix here. Captain Pickles. Linxx, you know the name. Okay, real quickly, as promised, I'm doing a video blog, vlog, whatever you call them. The reason why is because of the Proclamation album, stroke mix CD, is out now. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's this thing. My debut first album, proper mix CD, you could call it. 21 tracks featuring Just For You, Cut Them Down, Girls, Hospice, 18th of the November, Oompa Loompa, many more, innit? I hear. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this vlog, is because of I keep getting the same question. This CD should have been out 7 years ago. For those of you who do not know, if you see me look down here, by the way, it's because I've made notes. Like keeping it professional out here, innit? Like, I've made notes. But yeah, the CD should have been out 7 years ago. So people keep asking me, what took so long, or why is the CD taking so long? And I have addressed these issues on my website, in the blogs, in writing. But I don't know if you guys are either too lazy to read, can't read, or don't know where my website and blogs are, which is nuts because I post my website everywhere. I post everywhere. Like, so I don't know how you can not know where it is, innit? But I'm gonna do these vlogs or vlogs, and if they work, I'll do more, depending on what the views are. So I'll do another video addressing the other questions, which is how I got to be here and what made me start, innit? But okay, real quick, hopefully. I started this CD in 2006. When I decided to fulfill a promise to someone. Like, I'd always done music and the arts, acting, writing, so on and so forth. But I'd only ever done music writing-wise. Like, I could memorize lyrics of some of the hardest rap songs at the time, but I would always write but never rhyme my own stuff in it. I wasn't interested, to be honest. But 2006, I decided to start putting out a proper mix CD. So I decided, yeah, I want everyone to know who I am. So it's going to be like 10-20 tracks of me just saying my name, and it's going to sound very grimy, like how grime was in 2006. The only difference was I wanted it to have a more soulful, happy-go-lucky, melodic feel, kind of like a Kanye West vibe, because that's the kind of person I am. So I started writing that. 2006 I moved, which delayed things a little bit. In April, one of my closest friends died, and because of the death and the move, I was also in a relationship which struggled. So 2006 was a write-off, it weren't going to happen. 2007, I picked back up the pen again, and I start writing this Proclamation album. I'm recording that of Danny Mented's, and I'm featuring on everyone's things that I can get on, like D-Man's Low Down Fams tracks. I'm on radio. I'm just trying to get my name out there, innit? I'm up and down with Wong, New Brand Flex. Like, I'm starting to put the work in. But I realise I don't know much about how music works from a business side of things, like how to put out a CD. So I also don't know what people were liking and disliking. So I weren't going to put out a CD and no one likes it. So I put the Proclamation on hold, and I started the Proclamation promo, which is the one with the black case. Did 500 copies, and it did well. And the aim of the Proclamation promo was to find out what people liked, what they didn't like, and if they liked me, more importantly. But we'll get more into that in another video. So it's now 2008, the promo comes out, and it does well. Loads of people are taking it. It's not on download. So I then start working on the Proclamation album again. But taking on board what people had said about the promo, I decided to do another CD, which was Linxx Lyrics Volume 1, which was more structured like an album. So I approached it like I would an album. Every song almost had a chorus. I sat down, decided what kind of songs I was gonna put on there, as opposed to the promo where I just recorded and flang songs on there. This one actually sat down, wrote down what kind of songs I wanted to have on there, who I was going to target it at, and what I wanted it to sound like and who I wanted it to feature. And I put it out on download only, no hard copies. I wanted to see which one would be the better medium? Did people like the actual CDs or did they like downloading it? And again, it did well. Radio stations like React FM and Deja Vu were playing certain songs constantly, and it was getting my name out there, so it was working. So I went back to writing on the Proclamation album now. We're now approaching 2009, wow. Yeah, 2009, I lost my hard drive. I didn't lose it, it went down. And with that, I lost half the songs on the Proclamation album, what was to be the album. So now if you hear the album, you hear that some songs I sound really young, and you know my flow isn't really me. You probably be unsure if it's me, and in some songs you be like, that's blatantly him. And that's because I had to rewrite half the stuff, and obviously my voice and flow had changed, and the way I felt about certain things had changed. So half the Proclamation is going to sound very young, and half of it is going to sound more mature and me, which is good because then you get to hear a progression of me, I guess. But that's what held me up in 2009. So in the meantime, I decided to do Back from the Future, and I produced R-Type's CD, R-Type Archives. I executively produced it whilst featuring on it. I think that puts us in around 2010 now. So I had 2 CDs out, and in the meantime I'm working on what is to be my second and third album, which you'll be happy to hear are finished, but I'm just going to wait till next year before putting any of those out. And I'm travelling back and forth, like from Luton to London, which is where I was recording with Striver in Luton, across London as well to the other studio. And it's a very expensive process, it's a very long-winded process, and I couldn't always do it, which delayed things. I was waiting on female singers to turn up. Let me address something right here. You female singers who tug on me, hey, I really like your tracks, I want to be in your video, like, and I say cool, and you can sing, why don't you ever turn up? And I'm not saying that to the female singers who did turn up, I'm eternally grateful, but to the ones who don't turn up, what is the issue? There's tracks I've had to pull off this album, which people will probably never get to hear, because female singers just don't want to turn up. They don't want to answer phone calls, and I don't understand it. Male singers will turn up. Like, my brothers love, innit? Lady singers, it's a mad one, and I don't know why, innit? But anyway, back on track. So, 2010, that's done. 2 mix CDs down, 2 albums finished. The Proclamation is, my parts are finished. I'm just waiting on singers, and I'm going back and forth, remixing down certain tracks because I don't like the way they sound. And that's it. Like, to be honest, for the most part, in between that, as you know, I was recording videos, Girls, Just For You, Cut Them Down. Had to record Cut Them Down twice because the footage become corrupted. 2011, I put out a CD. Oh, Linxx Lyrics Volume 2. I put out Linxx Lyrics Volume 2 in 2011. That was just to hold everyone over, innit? And to be honest, although I come from a grime background, 2011 was actually, if you listen to it, my first authentic grime CD. Like, that is a grime CD. Before that, I don't think I actually did a grime CD. So yeah, Linxx Lyrics Volume 2 came out, and it was my first grime CD, and it did really well, along with Back from the Future. Was like downloaded a week from promospot.co.uk. I got crazy download figures for that. Like, everyone was loving certain tracks I didn't even think they would like. So that was good, but that was just to hold everyone over. Started writing Linxx Lyrics Volume 3, which is also finished, you'll be happy to know, along with Back from the Future 2 and 3, but we'll get to that later. 2011 now, come 2012, I'm like contacting distribution companies about the distribution of the Proclamation album, and I'm riding to a meeting. No, I'm riding to work, and I get hit off my motorcycle, like breaking my leg, tearing my medial collateral ligament in my knee, busting my arm out of the socket, gouging my knee open, and that's me, innit? My 2012/11 is a wrap. I can't walk, I have to learn to walk again, and that put music on hold for like almost a year, to be honest. I got walking again through physio, but it took months. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who wished me well, like my close friends and family members, and even people who didn't really know me but thought to wish me well. It meant a lot. It's funny because people who I didn't think would holler did, like, and people who I thought I was tight with and real close with didn't holler at all. But I guess it's true, like, you find out who your friends are in those situations, innit? Okay, so yeah. So 2013 hits now. I'm still walking funny, you can tell I've had an accident. I'm back on track. I'm working with Richie Fargus a lot. He's now taken control and mixing down the album as it should sound again. So I had to pay someone again to mix down what I had already paid through the teeth to mix down. And I find a company to produce the CD. I have to pull 2 tracks off the CD because it's too long, which was a painful decision. But I'll probably put those 2 tracks on another CD. And the CD's out. In the meantime, I had set up a website for people to download all my tracks. And that was it. That was what led me here. So now it's out. In regards to some questions, actually, that's why it took so long. The website, as you can see here, if you're using an iPhone, you can see the CDs are listed. You can't download them here, innit? I don't think you can download them on an iPhone, but on a PC and Mac you can, innit? If you hold on, let me go back. If you go to store, you can purchase the CD through my store, but you don't click on the images, you click on the links below, innit? If you purchase buy now, you get an actual CD. DL stands for download, and it says how you can get it through iTunes or Amazon, innit? But don't be clicking this, like people have been telling me repeatedly, nothing's happening, and you just keep clicking it, expecting something's gonna happen, innit? Go down and click one of the other links. And you'll get one of these if you want a hard copy, innit? But I think that's it. Sorry to skip over everything really quickly, but yeah, I'll do another video in more detail explaining how I got here if this video is received well, innit? So what next? I'll be shooting videos of the Proclamation. I probably won't tell you which ones. I like to keep everything secret. Oh, I also did the What the Dilla mix CD. I forgot about that. So if you haven't heard that, go to iamlinxx.com and download the mix CD, innit? Because that, I really like that CD, and that I think has been my most well received CD to date. But for the future, I'm going to be shooting videos, 2 off the What the Dilla CD. You'll be happy to hear that the other albums are finished. So Linxx Lyrics Volume 3 is finished. Back from the Future 2 and 3 is finished. The 2nd and 3rd albums are finished, and I'm currently in the process. I might be working on a joint venture with R-Type, unnamed as yet, and there's one last CD I want to do, which I haven't started, but I've got the tracks there. But those 2 are not finished. They're virtually not even started. But 5 CDs are finished. So over the next year or 2, they'll all be released. And I think that's it, really. I just want to thank everyone, in closing, that has supported me over the 6 to 7 years. Liked the videos, didn't like the videos, because the people who didn't like it were the ones who also made me want to change. Like, it was criticisms at the end of the day. Thanks to people who, like, yeah, who constantly kept messaging me, asking me when the CD is going to be out, because I probably just would have become complacent and never finished it. And I think that's it, really. As I said, I'll do another video. You can download all my music for free at iamlinxx.com. You can purchase the Just For You single through iTunes, which is like 79p, or you can just buy the whole album for $4.99. It's slightly more expensive on iTunes and Amazon, but that's because they slap their own prices on it, and I have no say in that. I'm sorry, but if you buy now, you get an actual CD, or you can have digital download in it. And that is it, I think. So I'll see you guys soon. Look out for videos soon, and learn to start reading blogs, man. What the fuck? No, I'm joking, innit? I'm gone anyway. I'm hungry. Peace.